Retro.
And welcome everybody to a special episode of the Animanicast.
Come on.
Let's watch Animaniacs.
What is so funny?
My favorite show! I can't get enough!
Come on.
Any other questions?
Anything you can tell us about Season 2.
What do you got there, baby bro?
And welcome everybody once again to the Animanicast. This, of course, is the podcast that is dedicated to the animated television series Animaniacs, as well as other shows such as, Tiny Toon Adventures, Pinky and the Brain, and Freakazoid. But today we are sharing some exciting news. We're going to be talking about the premiere date of a certain animated series that people who listen to this podcast might be interested in. Could it be? I am Joey, and joining me once again is my brother Nathan.
It's my favorite date, Joey. Me. I'm your favorite date.
Oh, you're my date?
I don't know what's going on.
Well, Kelly cannot join us today, mainly because it's short notice. And
Kelly, that's who we forgot. We rushed
forgot.
on. I was like, I think there's another person.
Are we missing somebody?
Yeah.
It's mainly because I'm like, oh, Nathan, let's just do a quick recording. Go. And
I was like, I just woke up. What's going on?
Exactly. No, Nathan, now. And I can do that to my brother, but I don't like doing that to people like Kelly. I'm too nice to them to do that. So anyway, but today's just a short episode because we wanted to talk about a few important dates that are coming up that are important for Animaniacs fans out there. That's right.
Like me?
That's you. Like you. Nathan will, in fact, be my date on a few of these. So let's see.
There we go. Yeah. See?
Yeah. So coming up in August, this month, August 28th, there's going to be Animaniacs in concert in Phoenix, Arizona. And Nathan and I are going there. Woo! That's right. And we will be there. We're kind of like debating whether or not to have some sort of maybe meetup or something before the show, but that may or may not happen. But if you do,
we'll notify what, Twitter?
Twitter,
Discord,
Twitter, Facebook, Discord, all that kind of jazz.
Like, yeah.
If we want to put something together, if you're interested, let us know in the meantime. But we're gonna have a great time watching Animaniacs in concert. Of course, Rob Paulson will be there along with Randy Rogel. And Maurice LaMarche is scheduled to be there as well. So it's a really great show when Maurice is able to be there. You really get a fantastic full show when all three of them are there. So looking forward to that. And if any of you folks out there listening happen to see me or Nathan, I'm sure at least one of us will be wearing an Animanicast shirt. So it shouldn't be too hard to figure out who we are. But if you happen to see either one of us, well, say hi, and we might just have a little something to give to you just for saying hi. You get a prize. Isn't that cool?
Like a handshake, or
more than no. This is COVID times.
A fist bump. So
more than a fist bump or handshake. Actual something tangible that you can take home. So that'll be nice. But also, there's another date that's coming up, and that is not in Arizona. It's actually Salt Lake City. That's right. We've just been
Salt Lake City.
Salt Lake City.
Oh, that's the one. Okay.
Yes, that's the Book of Mormon. That's whenever I think of that. But anyway, in Salt Lake City, they have FanX. Salt Lake City FanX. I don't know. This is the first time
it used to be called Salt Lake City Comic Con or something like that.
We don't say that. The people at San Diego Comic Con would get mad. No, it's always been FanX.
Or can I say formerly known as?
Formerly known as. That might work. But at any rate, we are going to be there. Yes.
Yes, you can come to our panel. And no,
No.
no.
We're going to be covering it for Retro Zap, which is super exciting. So we'll be up there, and that'll be between September 16th and 18th. And Nathan and I are probably be up there on the 17th and 18th. That'll be the Friday and Saturday there. So looking forward to that, because you'll not only see Rob Paulsen there and Jess Harnell and Maurice LaMarche, but also Tress McNeil as well. So you get the full gamut of major Animaniacs cast members.
All the Warners.
Yeah, plus there's going to be other plus other voice actors as well who have been on Animaniacs, as well as many other cartoons that you may be interested. Jim Cummings is one of them. Let's see, who else did we have up there? We had
Frank Welker?
Frank Welker. That was it.
Okay.
Thank you.
I was like, you told me earlier.
It was on the tip of my tongue.
I'm like, I'm pretty sure you have all this written down. I'm not going to.
Oh, yeah. You know me. Totally prepared. No, it was Frank Welker was the one I was thinking of. So, yes, there'll be lots of voice actors there to get autographs and pictures with. And super excited to seeing some panels and really checking it out, because that's one of the bigger cons in the country. So super excited to check that out. But that's not really what, the major date that we
no, that's not the reason we are recording
to record.
You're like, we gotta wake up. Yeah, that's not the reason you forced me to.
No, it's because there was a special announcement that Hulu had, and let's go ahead and have Rob Paulsen tell us what it is.
Good friend.
Yes,
Rob.
Good friend Rob. Go ahead and share some audio that he did for his social media. So here's Rob.
Hello, America! It's time for Animaniacs, and Season 2 is right on track. Coming this November 5, telling you that ain't no jive. They're Animani, totally insane, with Pinky and the Brainy. Animaniacs, those are the facts. Bump. Only on Hulu. Ain't gonna love saying that word. Hulu, love.
So that's right, November 5th.
Remember the 5th of November, the gunpowder treason and plot.
Yes.
I could think of no reason.
When Animaniacs, of course, did the gunpowder and maybe no plots, right?
There's no more Thaddeus plots.
More Thaddeus plots. So if only Thaddeus plots could be in the second season, then maybe that saying could be reworked. And somehow we'll see. We'll see. But we have. I'm going to go ahead and read the announcement that I don't know. It's on Amblin's social website, I should say. Let's go and read what Amblin says. Hello, Season 2. Hulu, Amblin Television, and Warner Brothers Animation have joined forces once again to bring you Animaniacs. This Emmy Award-winning animated series and one of Hulu's all-time most talked about shows on social media. Thanks to us, of course. No, kidding. Returns with 13 brand new episodes on Friday, November 5th. Yakko, Wacko, and Dot return for an all-new season of this iconic family-friendly series with something for everyone. Pop culture parodies, musical showstoppers, takedowns of historical baddies, and even some important safety tips. Join the Warners and Pinky and the Brain as they wreak havoc everywhere they go. From the Warner Brothers lot to an international beauty pageant and all the way into outer space. And keep an eye out for Season 1 favorites, Starbucks and Cindy.
Yay!
I was like, oh yeah, I guess, whatever.
They're fun. Yeah.
Yeah, sure, why not? As well as some rejected Animaniacs characters that were left on the cutting room floor. Steven Spielberg returns as executive producer of the series with Sam Register, President, Warner Brothers Animation, Cartoon Studios, Amblin Television, Wellesley Wild, and Gabe Dwyer, and they just go with the credits. But that's not the stuff we really care about. We care about November 5th, and we care about the stuff that we will see in Season 2. So it's exciting stuff. A lot of people kept asking, when is it going to be? When is it going to be? And for some reason, I thought always November, right? I didn't know when. Yeah. I just thought to myself, just had a hunch that, well, the first season was released in November.
Mm-hmm.
And
I bet they're going to do
this.
Yeah, it seemed to work well last time. So.
Exactly. So why not release it around that time again? And there you go. And so, they are releasing it November 5th. So let's talk about some of the things that are on the release thing here. Pop culture parodies, of course. I mean, it's Animaniacs.
Classic. Yeah.
Musical.
Next.
It says musical showstoppers, which I'm assuming will just be more songs.
Yeah. Which they didn't do a lot of songs in the first season.
I always want more though.
I mean, they did. I mean, it was like every episode or every other episode there would be a song, but I want more songs.
Yes, and more songs that are actually like.
I'm still looking for those
with being a song. Yeah, and educational songs that are truly educational. Did you hear that the Suffragette City actually won an Emmy?
Yeah, I saw that, and I'm like, meh. That's probably like my least favorite song in this season.
I know, me too. It's one of my least favorites, and I was just like, but it didn't even go over it mentioned 3 suffragettes and then talked about whatever.
Yeah, it was definitely my bottom 3 of songs, that one. So
yeah, but I'm hoping for. I'm not expecting, but I'm hoping for maybe a full musical episode. That
would be fun. Something
along the lines of a West Side Pigeons or a Pigeon on the Roof or something like that, where you really are just, or Les Miserables, something like that, where you're just taking a musical and parodying the whole thing. And they actually, I guess we're going to at one point do a parody of Hamilton, the first season. Well, but Lin-Manuel was apparently going to have some involvement with the reboot at one point. But then, he's Lin-Manuel Miranda, and
you can't get him on that. Yeah,
and he's doing like a dozen things every day. So I don't know how you would get him to do this too.
But he's coming on this show, right? Like on our podcast.
Oh yeah, totally. We'll get him. So that fell through. But who knows? Maybe they'll do something like that. If you're going to make a parody of a musical, I say Hamilton would probably be one that would even kids would get. Because it's so accessible these days. Anyway, takedowns of historical baddies. We do know one that should show up, and that is Christopher Columbus. We've been told this from a long time ago from folks who worked on the show, that there was a Christopher Columbus episode where they took him down a peg. And so you go.
Whether it be this season or next season.
I think it's definitely got to be season 2, because nothing.
They weren't even doing season 3 yet, right?
When there was a rumor of season 3 being talked about, but it's definitely. And the safety tips right here. That sounds like the whole. We were told, and I totally
like a mime time kind of thing.
Yeah, or a good idea, bad idea.
Yeah,
it was something like that. And we were told this verbally. And I totally forget. I know who the narrator is of the segment, but I don't. I don't want to say, but I do want to say the name of the segment. But I just totally forget what it's called. It's along the lines of good idea, bad idea. It's something. It sounded like that. I don't know, but
I can't remember.
You don't remember it. But Nathan was there too.
I was there.
But he didn't remember it. But at any rate, yes. So there you go. We do know something about that, and I'm not surprised that Starbucks and Cindy are coming back.
Yeah, they were one of the more popular ones for sure. From the
there was only really
there's
three, right?
There's the gnome in the mouth. There's the Starbucks and Cindy, and then the things that go bump in the night.
Well, and Masterpiece Theater, I guess, would technically
be
one.
I mean, that don't have the Warners in them at all.
That's true. Dot was the narrator in that one right there. Well, at any rate, we asked some folks over on Twitter. We said, "What are you looking forward to? What are you looking forward to in season 2 of the Animaniacs reboot?" And we got a bunch of different answers. So let's go and share some of those right now. Let's see. I'll start right here with one of them. This is from @JakeStoneArtist. And he would like to see the Hanna-Barbera sound effects, especially the gosh awful whistle zip sound effect, being retired, and the classic Warner Brothers sound effects by Treg Brown and Russell Brower, mostly the whistle zip sound effects, becoming more common. And actually, I would go on top of that, and I would say I would like to hear more of the music itself acting as the sound effects.
Yeah, exactly.
More
As
than Hanna-Barbera or anything like that.
Steve and Julie Bernstein.
Yeah,
right?
give them a chance to break out the xylophone and all those different great things that you watched in the original, where somebody gestures in a certain way or even taps on a wall and you hear the blunk, blunk, blunk. That's all. That was the sound effect, really, or at least it was the thing that was most noticeable.
Yeah.
They may have put an actual Foley sound effect in, but it wasn't as notable as
We don't know. We haven't
music.
seen the show, so
Yeah. So let's see. What else do we got here? We got another response here from Swag Kirby from YouTube and Twitter. He says, hopefully the return of Slappy. I don't think that's going to happen.
I would almost not want to see her back because that would not be voiced by the right person.
Yeah, as far as we know, Sherry's never been asked to come back. So if they did bring Slappy back, it would not be voiced by Sherry, possibly, and that would be worse. Another one saying, this is from Gavin Lee Varner, ToonFan91, seeing characters from the old series get more spotlight, like Chicken Boo got, but not wanting to kill the Warners for being left out like Chicken Boo. So basically, more classic characters, but not acting like Chicken Boo did in the first season, which, yeah, Nathan and I were just having this conversation today at our dad's birthday party. We were like, boy, it was that good Warner hunting was it was really good, except for like that Chicken Boo. It's like that wasn't Chicken Boo.
Yeah. If I had seen everything up to that part, because I the thing that still upsets me is the tiny feet. That doesn't make any sense to.
They call attention to it so many times.
Yeah,
and then they get a
and you're
character
like,
with the
oh
biggest
yeah, what
feet.
character has tiny feet? It must be Chicken Boo, who has the largest feet of any character in Animaniacs.
Of course.
Like what? So that's the real.
Yeah, that
tip off that it was a rewrite at some point.
Yeah, that had to have been like a rewrite. The second half of that episode seems like there was something else planned at some point. Anyway, Nathan, do you have anything else here from the Twitterverse?
Lots of people commented. I don't know. Someone, this is Pixel Art Snack Packer, wanted video game references like Yakko pushing boxes.
Yeah, I you know what? Actually, I saw that comment and I thought that would actually be really cool because in the DuckTales reboot, they had references to the DuckTales video game.
Oh, so yeah,
every now
cool,
and then. And I thought every now and then would play music from the video game, like they went to the moon.
We need to do an episode of just a video game.
I agree.
So
I agree. We do need to now, especially now that Nathan's back in town. We can much easier
come over and play video games.
Exactly.
And be like, we're working.
This is for work. But yeah, the DuckTales did it. I mean, they had Scrooge McDuck jumping on things with his cane, and it made me smile and to point out, like, to my wife, like, oh, this is the video game. And yeah, if they did something in reference to the video game, that would be a really cool note for fans to see. Let's see here. For Rodney here says for it to actually be worth a blank, which. Yeah, I think a lot of people, we should mention this. We mentioned this from the very beginning, before season one even premiered, that those who worked on the show said season one has its ups and downs, but it kind of gets into a groove in season two.
Yeah, I think everyone we've heard that has seen season two or parts of season two say it's much better than season one or something.
Yeah,
it's
people
like
who've worked
really
on
hits
the
its
show.
stride and like
yes.
So
Which
I'm
is
really
good to
excited
see.
for that. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. What else have we got, Nathan?
This is from Steven Soros, who wanted less mean and gross gags and apathy overall. A look at what the new characters will bring to the table and a better handle on what the Warner and Pink in the Brain shorts. More silly, rubbery, lighthearted antics. So
yes, indeed.
yeah, I do. I wouldn't mind if there was less gross things.
Yeah, I don't know. I think we're gonna keep getting the gross stuff.
Yeah, but less of it. I'd be fine if there was less.
Yeah.
If it's at the same, I can handle it. If it's more, I could handle it, but I'd be a little more disappointed if there's more gross things.
Yeah, I think he makes a good point there that it just needs to be a little bit more lighthearted in some regard, because it did seem, and even Maurice said it in our interview with him, that the new show seems a little meaner at times
Mm-hmm.
than the original series. And, it would be nice just to have it kind of be a little bit more heartwarming, innocent from time to time. Obviously not all the time.
You don't need to do it
just
every
have those
time.
notes, to have it. I got to mention two comments here. One's from Michiki. More mice. Hopefully some wholesome moments. Heart emoticon. And then Ace Librarian, who's at MJ Herlehi, says more heartwarming, poignant, and wholesome Pinky and the Brain moments. And of course, the safety tips and new characters. I got to mention those two because both Michiki and Ace Librarian, they got a podcast as well called the Pointcast, and they are going through just the Pinky and the Brain segments of Animaniacs and going into the spin-off series.
Wow.
So, and
that's going to be, the Pinky and the Brain. That's the one where there's like no wiki for that, right?
Exactly. So they're gonna have fun going through all those, and I think they're more talking. They more do like the reviews and stuff, the things that they really liked, not necessarily the references all the time of it. But yeah, they're gonna have quite a bit of work to do to really dissect a lot of that Pinky the Brain stuff, because those wikis are pretty bare. Yeah. But I suggest, hey, whenever the Animanicast doesn't have an episode out, hey, check out the Pointcast, because they're fans and friends of us. So I'd say check them out, definitely. Pointcast, check them out. Anyway, Nathan, any other comments here that really kind of stood out on Twitter?
Jenna2205 wants to hear an updated Nations of the World, which I thought we were going to get, at some point, right?
I'm starting to think that almost everything that we see on Animaniacs in concert may not
make it to
seen. But there's that one. I don't get smaller than that. No. That song.
Exactly.
That's got to be on the show. I mean, that was such a good song.
It was so good.
Randy and Rob even said, like, hey, this should be on the new show, right, everybody? As they were kind of like, whenever they sing it, they're kind of like, hey, you should hear this on the new show. Mm-hmm. So I really get a feeling that we'll hear that song, which is a really good song. It's very classic Animaniacs music right there.
Yeah.
That's
well, it's Randy Rogel, so he's
if
dead.
that doesn't win an Emmy, then I don't know what does.
Like, oh my gosh, like that one is such a good song.
Yeah, so get that song an Emmy, and all will be right in the world. Okay, well, Nathan, what about you? Any other things that you're looking forward to in the second season that you can think of?
I want them to come out on a weekly basis.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen.
Yeah, it's going to be all at once, and just got to watch them all.
Well, we will definitely be watching the first episode as soon as it drops, so that we can hopefully get that review out within a couple days of watching it, so that you all know if you're interested in what we think. And then, of course, we'll be going through the other episodes as well. So whether it's great, good, or bad, or somewhere in the middle, we'll be giving our honest opinions about it. And of course, we all will be honest. We hope we like it. We hope we hope what we hear is true, that the second season is in fact improves on the first season.
Take what we liked from the first season and make it even better. I like that.
We'll be happy to share our opinions about it, and of course, we'd be happy if you guys share your opinions with us as well, so that we can share them with everyone else. So, what are you interested in seeing in the second season? You can let us know. Send us an email, animanicast@gmail.com. I almost said @retrozap.com, but that retrozap.com forwarding thing kind of gets messed up a little bit every now and then. So if you really want to make sure, absolutely sure it gets through, animanicast@gmail.com, and we just might share some of your thoughts on our show. Ooh.
What?
But for right now, we'll go ahead and wrap up our short episode for today. Our next episode, we'll be talking about the season finale of Freakazoid, which was super fun. But until then, let's go ahead and get to some contact information. Nathan, where can people get in contact with you online?
How about Twitter, maybe? Django FT, that's me.
All right. And as for the Animanicast, we are on Twitter and Facebook and Instagram and just about everything else out there. My dog. Yeah, my dog is in the background. Wesley, you can reach him. If you want to tweet to him, you could probably just send it to the Animanicast. But if you're interested in getting in contact with us, those are all the social medias. And of course, we're over on Animanicast.com, where you can get all of our RetroZap.com archived shows. You know what? Go to RetroZap.com today. Why? Well, because there's great podcasts and articles and all this other stuff for you should check out for all these other topics that are fantastic. We're a proud member of the RetroZap Podcast Network, and of course, you can talk to us on Discord on the RetroZap server. So get a welcome link by going to discord.animanicast.com today for some positive community talk about anything pop culture. And don't forget, if you're a super fan of our podcast and of Animaniacs, you could become a patron of our show by going to patreon.com/Animanicast. We got great incentives over there, including signed trading cards from Tom Ruger. Well, that'll do it for this episode of the Animanicast. So for Nathan, this is Joey saying good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
This podcast is not endorsed by Warner Brothers or Amblin Entertainment and is intended for entertainment and information purposes only. Animaniacs, Tiny Toon Adventures, Freakazoid, the Warner Brothers logo, all names, pictures, and sounds are registered trademarks and or copyrights of their respective trademark and copyright holders. All original content of this podcast is the intellectual property of the Animanicast unless otherwise indicated.